Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this might well be the last game between MouseSports and Evil Geniuses in today's clan with the NASTL, because we already have a 2-0 lead for MouseSports, and well, if iNcontrol is not able to defeat Hazops just now, then MouseSports will have won the clan war already. And well, Sheth, we already talked a little bit about it in the break. It's kind of interesting to see that those two teams are facing each other right now, because there has been a little bit of bad blood in the past.
Yep, definitely. I think at NASL was kind of the big, maybe not falling out, but like the big, like, oh look, this craziness occurred, right? But well, why don't you go ahead and start off and say how you remember it, because I could be remembering it wrong. I'm not.
Well, I have to be completely honest with you. I don't know about all the details anymore. There have been so many tweets and a couple of things in interviews as well. But from what I recall, it's really like that MouseSports and EG really had this small war going on Twitter, where they just were trying to hate a little bit on each other's player. So seeing MouseSports up 2-0 against EG is definitely a major upset for Evil Geniuses. And well, iNcontrol is now up in a Protoss versus Protoss against the German player Hazops. So this is going to be quite an interesting match, given the history that those two teams have, in my opinion.
Yeah, so here's how I remember it. I remember it as EG's saying, like, you know, humble brag, like, well, we have the most players at NASL, that's pretty good. And then Mouz is like, you guys can't count. And then EG was like, we just didn't count some of your players because they're nobodies. And then Mouz was like, let's play the games. And then Hazops, one of our players here, ended up taking out Huck, which was a big surprise at the time. So Mouz kind of came out a little bit ahead on that Twitter war, I thought. But we'll have to see still here if iNcontrol can pull off a win here against Hazops, revenging his Huck in the previous war. It could be really close.
Yeah, we have a Protoss versus Protoss coming up, ladies and gentlemen, and so far both of these players have been doing exactly the same thing. Now finally Hazops taking his gas a little bit earlier, and Hazops played, well, I don't want to say that he's in a slump recently, but he had a couple of weak matches, a couple of games where he didn't play on top of his game. He's now facing iNcontrol, who didn't do all that well either. I just remember him playing at the Home Story Cup. He lost most of his games, and in PvP anything can happen. I think besides the Zerg versus Zerg matchup, it's probably the most fragile mirror match that we have right now.
Yeah, I would agree with you. There are a lot of timings where just, you went 3-gate, I went 4. I guess I win. You went 4-gate, I went 4-gate, but I defended, I win. Like, little things like that. I think it's been changing a little bit more towards macro games and towards skill comes out on top, but you never know. And it looks like iNcontrol is just doing either a 3-gate, I'd assume from making 3 this early and no more probes, it's gonna be a 4-gate, but I never know. I can never guess correctly on these sort of things.
Well, iNcontrol right now is still on 1 gas, so he does only have 1 assimilator. Hazops just was able to force a pylon cancel, if I saw that correctly. So pretty interesting. He's already ahead in supply. He has a decent amount of additional worker supply. He is on 24 against 20, and that is actually a lot. Over time, that will help him out so much. But now there's a small fight already started. Haz with more units, able to snipe his opponents. Zealots. No, not quite, but the pylon will probably die once again. iNcontrol trying to put up some pressure, but not able to now right now.
Yeah, losing that pylon is a huge deal. This is the timing he has, and by getting down that pylon, that's minus 100. That's a whole zealot, and then iNcontrol losing 2 more zealots, plus Hazops getting that sentry out now. I mean, and that pylon again is just gonna die. He can't try and put up there in this situation.
Yeah, exactly. That's really a horrible position for iNcontrol to be in right now. So I'm not quite sure how he plans to go. Oh, trapping both Stalkers. Really well. Going really well done so far. The Stalkers will both die, but he's warping up now the first Zealot. More Stalkers being warped in for Hazops. A complete round of warp-ins. iNcontrol is now able to go up the ramp, though, as the force field is gone. More pylons being built for the Protoss player from Evil Geniuses, and he's warping more Zealots onto the high ground, but Hazu is now transitioning into the Twilight Council. Nice micro so far by both of these players, but Hazu with a huge lead in Stalkers.
Oh yeah, this is amazing play by Hazops. He did everything just perfect, and the fact that iNcontrol kind of showed those pylons earlier, kept making those pylons, and you really have to do it. You have to just go for it if you're gonna forward it all in. But Hazops just called it and was like, well, I'm ready for it. Bring it on. I have my own 4 gates.
iNcontrol as a pilot in his opponent's main base. There are 2 Zealots to just now wreak havoc in the harvest line of Hazops. He lost only 1 probe though. Very nice reaction by the German Protoss player from MouseSports. And at the same time, Hazo just continued to build additional probes. He's at 27 to 20. He has the Stalker lead. He has more Zealots. And he's transitioning into Blink and even getting the robotics. While iNcontrol just now is getting the second assimilator. He is just so far behind at this point.
I agree. I think this time the only chance our Protoss friend Control has is to get to a barracks and a tech lab and a ghost and nuke once again. It's gonna be really tough to come back from this.
That will be kind of difficult.
Oh, I don't know. This is gonna be tough. I think there is a chance for Control to come back, but Blink is like the great ender of PvPs, man. Once you get it, it lets you attack, it lets you micro, and I'm expecting that to come soon.
I really love Blink matches between 2 Protoss players because it just reminds me so much of the old Warcraft 3 days when it all came down to micro, when macro was actually not as important as it is in StarCraft. So seeing players just go at each other with an awesome Blink micro, it's always kind of nice. But as you mentioned, the game, if iNcontrol is not able to pull off some kind of miracle comeback, the game should be pretty much over, as Hazops is now on 58 to 44 supply. He has a huge lead when it comes down to his tech, and even though iNcontrol is now building his first Immortal with that huge army and the aggression that Hazops is about to start, he should be able to take this match, but it will all depend on the question whether he's able to get up that ramp.
Have you ever really watched many Quake live games? I know it's a weird question. Have you seen it at all? Where the players like bouncing around everywhere?
Yeah.
That's what Blink micro reminds me of. Just lots of people doing like Quake live micro. They're just like bounce, chase, bounce away.
Hazops was, by the way, able to sneak a couple of Zealots into the main base of his opponent. We have a pylon there, and he warped in some units onto the high ground. That is not what you want to happen, and here comes iNcontrol warping in Zealots to the back. He realized that there were 2 Zealots of his opponent, but Hazo now trying to get up the ramp. He has a vision. No, he does not. Well, he actually has. There's one observer for Hazops as well. Sniping his opponent's observer.
Control his pylons out in the base. He could warp in some Zealots of his own. There are hopes.
Oh, but now Hazops is blinking up the ramp and obliterating every single stalk of his opponent. The only unit that iNcontrol can rely upon now is the Zealot, and well, with the blink micro that Hazops obviously has, there's just no way for him to beat him. That's the GG and well played. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have Hazops defeating iNcontrol and therefore a 3-0 for MouseSports. A pretty straightforward PvP, I'd say.
Yeah, one 4-gate versus another 4-gate that defended, and the defender had the advantage. It was well played and GG.
Yeah, Hazo played that really well with his transition, and iNcontrol just had a little bit of a problem with his placement of the pylons as well. Hazops always spotting them early on, just picking them off and therefore delaying the attack. He got that sentry out, you mentioned it in the game already, so there was no way for iNcontrol to get up the ramp, and when Hazo transitioned, he already had the economic lead, but when he transitioned into a blink and iNcontrol was just so far behind in tech, he could not get big into this match, and well, it's a 3-0 for MouseSports. Certainly not what I expected when we started today's clan war. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't expect it. I expected almost an ace match, especially with the matchups. I felt they could have went either way. Just turned out that in one ZVT the all-in worked, one ZVT that didn't work, and then in PvP one 4-gate beat the other 4-gate. So really close games, just very quickly decided by build orders.
Yeah, exactly. So we have MouseSports now back to business with 2-2 in the standings, and EG is down 0-4, which is obviously really, really disappointing for them. And well, That's been some pretty interesting games today, and for EG it's going to be pretty hard to get back into a position where they can actually make it to the playoffs if it's possible at all. But I have to say, Sheth, that I had a really great time casting today. It's been really a lot of fun, and I especially loved your insights into Zerg versus Terran. That helped me out quite a bit, so thank you very much for that.
Ah, really? I helped? Well, thank you. No problem.
Of course you did.
That's good. I
finally knew what Puma could do against Morrow. Build that one, goes with a nuke, and...
yeah. Well, thanks for casting with me, man. You're a legend at it. You do great. You make me sound like I know stuff, then, and I appreciate it. It's been a great time casting these games. Thanks you guys for watching. I guess last words, Khaldor. Are we doing that or?
No, I just want to thank the NASL once again for giving me the chance to cast those Clan Wars. I really appreciate it, especially casting today with you. And yeah, anything else for you? Where can people find out more about you? Where can they find you?
Well, TeamLiquid.net is the best website ever, so check that out if you haven't already. We have a Team Liquid Pro website as well for the pros, where you can find information about me. And then I have a Twitter, twitter.com/LiquidSheth, and facebook.com/LiquidSheth as well. So again, that's where you can find me, and my sponsors, just real quick shout out to them, I guess. I don't know if I can name them on NASL, but I'll say them anyway. Razer, The Lab Factory, and Twitch TV are amazing. Thank you very much. And for you, Khaldor, where can we find more about you? I know you're doing so much stuff. Tell us all of it.
Well, I'm just casting for the GSL now in Korea, and a lot of online tournaments as well. So if people want to find out about the upcoming cast, they can always check out Khaldor.tv, which is basically a website that we are currently developing for letting people know when exactly I'm streaming. Well, but I think that's about it for the two of us today, Sheth. So let's go back to Greetop, and yeah, thank you very much to all viewers out there. Thank you very much for you, Sheth, for casting with me today. Had a lot of fun, and yeah, I guess see you soon.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and thank you to all of you people at home that are tuning in, watching the NASTL. A very, very surprising, I wouldn't say upset, but a surprising finish to this. 3-0 going for MouseSports, so it's going to put them at 2-2. And Evil Geniuses will stay in last place without taking a single clan war yet. So they're 0-4. They really need to step it up if they want to make the playoffs. I'm not sure. I don't think they're completely out of it yet, but they need to win every single series after this if they want even a shot. It's going to come down to the other teams really and how well they do. But that being said, I do want to talk a little bit about the things that we'll be doing. First, the Azo monitor giveaway. The Azo monitor will be given away, obviously, if you follow Azo USA, EIZO USA on Twitter. At the end of the NASTL, we will be actually announcing someone, so definitely check that out. Also, check out our Twitter, twitter.com/NASLTV, and send your match predictions there. If you send your match predictions, you'll be, and you're right, rather, you'll be in the running to win an NASL t-shirt. Also, we want to talk about the NSQ. You can see the NSQ is a $1,000 single elimination tournament, and basically this is qualifiers for the next season of NASL Season 3. Next season will be featuring a lot of different changes. If you haven't already checked it out, please go check us out at nasl.tv. And we do want to thank our sponsors as well, the people that made this possible. First off, iBuyPower. They're our computer sponsor. You can see that the iBuyPower is... well, they're those computers over there on the sides. Absolutely beautiful computers, and they're the ones powering the NASL studios. Also, we want to thank Azo Monitors. We love them and wish them the best. Please go check them out on Twitter. Also, we want to thank, Cooler Master, Kingston HyperX, and last but not least, Beyond Gaming. One last thing I do want to talk about, we will have the Sunday show match series that'll be happening, of course, on Sunday. It's going to happen tomorrow, and you can check us there after the NASTL is finished. So it's going to come on directly after that. Tomorrow we have Alive up against Idra, a TVZ. Both of them are on the Korean server. They'll be playing over there. It's going to be absolutely awesome. It will be casted by none other than my good friend Sean Sheth, Simon, and Thomas Killian, aka Khaldor. So definitely check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we also have another clan war tomorrow too. So check all that out. NASL TV. That's where you can find out more information. YouTube.com/NAStarLeague. I'm out, guys. See you guys tomorrow.
Well,
Apparently.
actually, your teammate iNcontrol once called me the god of cheese.
Really?
The god of cheese. So I believe I'm way ahead of you again, Jake.
It's okay. It's alright. I'll be the bigger man today and not say anything since we're casting.